Sì, sì. So we're starting with the Italian questions and answers again. Good evening, everyone. First of all, your feelings coming back to England, and with what approach, what is the approach for Napoli to approach what should be, on paper anyway, the hardest of the matches in... Well, definitely coming back to the UK, to England, is always a pleasure. I had the opportunity and the pleasure of having 2 experiences in this country with 2 great clubs like Chelsea and Tottenham. And these are experiences that stay within you. Football in England, the atmosphere, the level, it's really very, very high. So being a coach in England has been an amazing experience from all aspects. Coming back to Manchester in a European competition, the most important European competition, is definitely a reason to be proud, satisfied. I'm satisfied, especially having won the Serie A last year. We're definitely playing against a team that, history speaks for itself. In the last couple of years, they've been the only protagonist. It's a top club with a top coach. But, we arrive with great humility, and we arrive having had an amazing year last year. We're proud to have that depicted on our shirts, and now we're ready to play in Europe. We, like I said before, full of humility. We consider ourselves to be almost like students coming to play against the tutors, the teachers. I don't think that's incorrect to say. But from our part, there's definitely this desire to understand and to play against these very powerful, very important clubs, to see how we're progressing, how we're doing, to see how this whole thing's going that we started last year. So, great optimism and enthusiasm for Napoli, but obviously you're arriving at the championship a bit like students. Obviously Napoli's coming here to try and fight, but what kind of a match will it be tomorrow in terms of the approach? And in the long term, what do you feel about this new Champions League? It's the first time Napoli will play against 8 different teams. What kind of Champions League are you expecting? Well, if we look at last year, we can understand a little bit the difficulty, because last year, after 8 matches, if I'm not mistaken, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, it was all, they all had to really work hard to go through. The level is very high. I think this is what the new format of the Champions League has shown the big European clubs, the ones that historically compete to win. From our side, from our part, we come to it with great joy and great enthusiasm, because obviously it's something that we all want to play in. The players want to play in it. All the coaches want to be in it. The clubs, it gives visibility, it gives accolade for the clubs. We take the positives, knowing obviously that that we come to it, like I said before, as the students. Again, I use the word humility. I think, well, I don't think I know that in the Champions League, myself and Napoli have achieved the same results. Napoli reached quarterfinals, and I, in my 6 European competitions, the maximum I achieved, I reached was quarterfinals in Europa League. So I think each of us has what they deserve. So I think myself and Napoli have, deserved this. So we have to unite our strengths and try to do something beautiful. We have to kind of travel through this without allowing huge enthusiasm or great depression to have a massive effect on us. We just have to go through it step by step, proud of what we're doing. The important thing is to play each game and not regret anything at the end of a match. Tomorrow we need a lot of courage, and we will certainly have the courage. Seeing players that have arrived from the Premier League at high levels, what can they give you more in terms of ambition and at this level? Well, whether they come from the Premier League or another championship, the important thing is that the players who arrive or who come onto the pitch are players that can give something. Certainly, Hojlund didn't have much luck or much a great experience in the last couple of years here. He is a 22-year-old who has a whole career in front of him. He's shown that he has so much potential, so many things that I need to work on, but also with De Lorenzo, with Luca, to try and implement even more, make them even better. Because I know very well that our growth, the growth of Napoli, is only as a result of the growth of each single player. Thinking about do you think you'll be preparing something particularly for... I'm sorry. How will you be preparing? Will it be... It's quite difficult to kind of imagine what kind of Napoli we'll be playing. Well, since last year we started a process with the lads. If you remember, at the beginning of the season, in any case, we started from... I won't say some certainties, or me personally, I wanted to give stability to the team because I remembered that they'd had a lot of goals. They conceded a lot of goals. And then we changed. We made some changes because then we had the arrival in the last week on the transfer market, some players who could promise something new. So from this point of view, we're proceeding, we're going ahead in this new project. And the plan was what you're seeing now. So we started it last year and we're trying to carry on working. So what we have to do is carry on doing what we've been doing. And I think, to try and kind of look at the team in individual points, or go into it as if we were going into the ring and put our gloves up, or we can't kind of plan for every single detail. This isn't the way we're going to grow as a team. We will play the kind of game with our defects, but also with all our strong points. That might not be perfection, but we will do our best, and we'll carry on this journey that we began. And we have great enthusiasm, but like I said before, without being too swayed by great enthusiasm or great depression. We know we're working really hard on certain situations, and we have to carry on like that. The fact that you have De Bruyne in the team is a huge advantage. We're already seeing that at the beginning. Do you think it will be an advantage, an even bigger advantage tomorrow, seeing as he's going to be playing against his old coach, his own old teammates? Well, to be honest, it's always been a very careful preparation, like it has been for every single match. We work towards each individual match. We're not doing anything particularly different to how we normally prepare. I've spoken to Kevin, obviously. I've asked him a few things. He's been a part of this club for about 10 years, and he's had a great coach like Pep Guardiola. So obviously for Kevin, he'll be kind of excited to be playing, but I'm hoping that after the starting whistle, he'll kind of find his feet and remember that he's playing for our great Napoli and contribute like he has been doing. I wanted to ask you how Meret is. Well, after the issues Meret had in Florence, there was, the risk that there could be some damage, a bit like what had happened with Neres before the break with Cagliari. There are some situations that you have to kind of avoid because you risk losing the player for a month or a month and a half. Meret has got over it. He trained today, so he's available.
Bentornato in Inghilterra. A few players are returning to Manchester. You mentioned Kevin De Bruyne and Rasmus Hojlund. Scott McTominay, for us back here, we've been amazed with his progress and what he's done at Napoli. Why has he been able to do so well for you and maybe not as well when he was at Manchester United?
Yeah, but it's difficult to answer, no? And
anche in italiano, c'è la
for sure.
Come preferisci.
Okay. For sure, I knew him when he played with Manchester United because I coached for 2 times now in England, and I saw a great potentiality in this player. And my question in my mind was why Scott McTominay is not dominant in England because he has great potentiality. And when happened the possibility to sign him for Napoli, honestly, I at the first moment I didn't believe that could happen this situation. Instead, it happened. It happened now. He's enjoying. I think for a player like him, he was born as footballer in Manchester United, and there is a point in your career, in your life, that maybe you need to change, and to try another experience. And it happened with us, and we are really, really happy him, because we are talking not only a fantastic player but also a really good man.
Manchester News and the Full Times.
Hi, Antonio. You obviously came across Pep when he was at the start of Manchester City. How surprised are you that he is still here after 10 years? And how hard is it as a manager at the top of football to keep going every year and have that energy and motivation to keep going?
It's incredible this. And because, but I think is the atmosphere of Manchester, because with Sir Alex Ferguson, he was for a long time in Manchester United. Now Pep to stay for 10 years in the same club is incredible. It means that there is a great synergy, great energy between him and the club and the players, because to stay 10 years is very, very, very difficult, because you have every season to find a new energy, and to put the energy with the old players, with the new players. But we are talking about, in my opinion, the best coach in the world. Yes.
Times.
Hi, Antonio. A question about Rasmus Hojlund, please. Obviously, he scored on his debut at the weekend. How happy are you with the way that he's slotted into your team? And do you get the impression that he's out to kind of prove a point because he's coming back to England, where, as you say, he had a bit of a struggle last season?
Yeah, but about Rasmus, I knew him because he played with Atalanta, no? And then after Atalanta, he came to Manchester United. In my opinion, we are talking about a player with great potentiality. He is only 22 years old. It means that he has a whole career ahead of him. I think is when we spoke with him, I felt him really happy to get this new experience. And he said to me, okay, I'm ready, and I want to play for you. I want to play for Napoli. I think that is a great potentiality, and then now it's up on me to improve him, and to grow, and to become a really top striker.
Grazie a
Okay,
tutti,
thank you very much.
Grazie. No.